Right, so hopefully we are live. So, hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Blood Hero Taku. Well, just about ready to log in because yesterday, on Tuesday, we did actually complete the. We did actually complete the second part of the Fafnir line, or the Razat Han, but we actually did. Yep, and the bot is working. But we did also unlock the role quests for all the respective lines. So healer, tank, magical range, and physical melee. And where we are at the moment is at the Doman Enclave, because we are about to, well, we are at level 67, so we can actually do 3 of the role quests. We could do the starter and we could do 2 follow-ups, so we got 65, 66 and 67. So what we are going to do before we go back to MSQ and return to the first, we are going to complete these 3 role quests. Because completing all of the role quests means that which means you don't have to complete the role quests to get the artifact gear, because you get the artifact gear at level 89. And the artifact gear actually has a sync level for 89. But then you get the full benefits when you reach level 90. Well, anywho. And there's someone who's actually completed. Oh, please wait here for a moment. Oh, well, then the carriage should guide your steps to our door once more, and with such fortuitous timing. Not long after receiving. Oh, I need to actually turn off auto text advance. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Fafnir, a similar creature was born of a woman in Isari. After attacking another villager, it took to the skies and fled, though to where we know not. And an all too cruel twist of fate for the one slain was among the prisoners returned to us in that deplorable exchange with Asahi and the Empire. That's when they had last begun to piece their life back together. This blasphemy must be stopped. Alas, our foe is wont to keep to the skies, all beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Which is probably why they wanted someone with ranged attacks. Though I don't think I'll be able to hit something that's flying around in the sky from the ground. Lest we seek the aid of those proficient in ranged combat, able to pluck the beast from the heavens. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, Yen. Of course, martial prowess alone will not solve our problems. Others have turned into weaker but no less gruesome abominations. As was the case in Fafnir, and their numbers increased by the day. From what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike sickness which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety, emotions which of late can be found in abundance. Slaying the beast means nothing if the people's hearts cannot be put at ease. Lord Ian! You have to help the villagers. They... Sir, please, calm yourself and tell us what's happened. Nothing has been turned in the my lord. For a blessing, no one was harmed when the beast flew into a rage, but the people are in a panic. I fear what may happen next. It seems we have even less time than I thought. Worry not, we will see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for this affliction, but we will save what lives we can, I promise you. I trust you are ready to join the fray. The last scene near the glittering basin. Come, I will show you. Speak with you, Giddy, at the Dome and Enclave. Yep, and it's auto-teleported us to the glittering basin. Ethan's right here, I swear it! I thank you for leading us here, but it's not safe. Please return to your village. Right. Once we're actually we should split up. Any chance of finding it? You should see to the west. I'll search the north. Yugiri takes the east. Find it, remember, these blasphemies are no longer people. They will not hesitate to track you down, so you mustn't either. Yeah, I need to actually stick these on a hot bar, so I don't have to worry about, Right. Seek out and defeat the beast. And I don't have... Hang on. No, I don't have flight. Why do I not have flight? Probably because I have not picked up any of the ether currents. Ruby Sea, Peaks, Yanksha, Locks, as in step. We only have one current, and I think... How did I... Oh, that's... No. Because that's the Ruby Sea. Because we only got... Yeah, because we got 2 quests here, 2 quests here. Because I know that one of the quests in the Ruby Sea unlocks Shisuya the Violet Tide. Ah, there he is! Frozen Youth. And Fell Beast. Hang on. Okay, that was odd. My UI disappeared twice. Are you alright? We heard shouting and came as fast as we could. Not a moment too soon. Why? Your brother? Young man, that creature was not your kin, not anymore. Had she not laid it to rest, it would have killed you and countless others. Yes, easy! Search for Tombo. Though clearly you found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you may have guessed, and Tombo gave chase the moment it ran off. Beg you forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Their father was conscripted by the Empire and was, regrettably, not among those returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. The hope they might one day be reunited was the only comfort when the viceroy still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into Asari, a shadow of her former self. Suyu may have had no memory to the monster she was, but her victims still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see their family restored. But then they learned of her death and of their father's absence. Deprived of hope and of hate all at once, they had nothing. My apologies for rambling. No, it was a rather enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain and took the brother who brought him comfort. Aye, oh, it ain't me too. I swear I'll set things right for Tombo, for all the people of Doma. Please return home, Issei, and be safe. Let us return to the Domed Enclave. This ordeal has given me much to consider. Right, yeah, that is quite a ways to walk. Hang on a minute. How many currents do we need to get here in Yangsha? Yeah, 'cause I think we have 3 quests. Although we have more than those in... Yeah, because that's the access point for the burn. That's the access point for Doma Castle. Oh, we still don't have that part, which probably requires flight. Yeah, I think one thing I am going to have to do is complete all of these. Because I think the Churning Mist and Travanian Hinterlands, I only need to do quests. Here, it's mostly quests, but some it's more quests and currents, and the others it's current. Well, you can't say more currents than quests because you only get 4. Here, I think we're only 2 currents, 4 quests in Armorang, 4 quests in the Tempest, 4 quests in the Raktika Greatwood. Although we have the usual stuff here. Right. Doman Enclave. Hang on. Have I collected my... No, I have not. Right. Okay, what I'm gonna do is... gonna quickly hand in this quest, pick up the next. Yeah, because you've also got that, which is the reclamation. Time assistance and an apology for I've made you an executioner in young Tombo's eyes. There be no one he witnessed cut down the beast his brother had become. Right. Right. So it has taken 15 minutes to complete one quest. So we should actually have this done within an hour. Yeah, speak to Hien in Asari. I believe I keep on getting everything wrong. Right. Right. No longer selling items. View venture report. Earrings of Divine Death. Right. Let's check these. Right. Adjust price. Full. Oh, yeah. Because someone's put the regular and not the high quality ones. Right. Okay, yeah. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna take a quick detour to the gold saucer because I haven't picked up my Right. I don't think I have any cards to. Oh yeah, that I actually need to stick in my glamour dresser. Right, so let's do mini cacpot. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, because for 2,000 I can get that. I'm not sure if I've actually picked up these two already. Hang on. Social, emotes, general. Vexed. Alright, special, float, box, sit. Sit on ground, change pose, visor. I actually don't think I have. Yeah, so what I think I'm actually going to do is... Okay. So I did have one. So I did have the ponytails, I did not have the curls. Right, new hairstyles are available from the esthetician. Right. Ah, yep. On aesthetics, Rainmaker. Right. Yep. Consolation prize. Consolation prize. Consolation prize. Right. Okay, so now we've done that. Yeah, because I have to remember. Hang on. Let's double check the... Let's double check. Yeah. So we have to go into the Ruby Sea and not Yangsha. And we also don't have... I don't have flight in the Ruby Sea. Yep. There is the... Yeah, because we have to get over to here, and hopefully this is all shallow water. And again, because 87, we really don't need to care about any of the enemies around here, because we are not going to be generating any aggro. And nope. Yep, that was not shallow water. Yes, I think that is one of the current quests. No. Wait, hang on. How can I access Heaven on High? No. Heaven Sent? Wait. Oh. Knocking on Heaven's Door. One moment. Yes, I thought that was the quest for Heaven on High. Knocking on Heaven's Door is the quest for Heaven on High. Which is, that thing over here. Right. Okay, gather information from the villagers. Yes, if I remember, there is actually a sightseeing point. Yeah, there is a sightseeing point over here. Right, Birdie Villager. Great debt to Lord here, and if not for him, I would be fighting on the. I would still be fighting on the occupation. Once more, our Lord failed to punish the Viceroy for our crimes, failed to reunite many with their loved ones. I understand why some would think poorly of him, even if I do not. Yeah, because this is in order to undertake this quest, you must first clear floor 50 of Palace of the Dead. Gain access to Palace of the Dead, you first must complete the quest The House that Death Built. Have I actually completed the house that Death built? Complete. Side quest. In Gridania. Yes, I have completed the house that Death built. Right. Okay, I don't need to go about. Oh, Kami-fearing villager. Must be you're mistaken, my friend. Our village was visited not by a monster, but by a Kami. It's an Ami. When Lord Hien is cold and callous, she offers us boundless compassion and love. Woohoo! 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 Yes, there's a lunatic on the loose. Mastery was born of a young woman here in Asari. Tragic, really. Every day she prayed for the safe return of her husband, but it was not to be. If I am to be honest, I fear the loss drove her poor stepmother mad. Hisei has ever been a devout believer in the Kami and their blessings, but she somehow convinced herself that Minato has become one. The delusions of a grieving parent, obviously, but an alarming number of people have come to share in her belief. Heresy is what it is. Well, at least there's someone with a working brain. Hang on. Oh, yeah, there we go. I was thinking, how does one get down from here when I actually walked up here this way? Report to Hien. Do 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 do. Speaking of that, in fact, she'll be holding a gathering to demonstrate her powers there long. Yep. Yep. She is, yeah, she is a little, as we will find out later on. Rather hard to believe. So, those in attendance appeared quite convinced, my lord. I suspect a great many of the villagers I've spoken with recently are as well. Everywhere I went, the people were in so much pain. There's nothing I could do or say to give them solace. Yet, for all their anguish, there has not been a single report of villagers turning since the incident with Tombo's brother. Which can only mean word of hearsay and their ability to speak with the deceased has spread. The belief we can commune with our loved ones in death is a comfort far beyond my power to provide. I fail to see how the people will abide the kami claiming innocent lives to restore order. So, we're too late. Spoke with him before and he's sorry. You recognize him then? Curious that he and the blasphemy's first victims were former conscripts. What could the fiend be after, I wonder? Yep, it's the loony one! I understand you can investigate the rumors of... Sorely mistaken. My stepdaughter Minato was chosen to serve as the vessel for Izanami. I witnessed her ascension with my own eyes. I'm sorry, what you witnessed was not an ascension, but her freaking going down the toilet. As we're about to see. Minato, please. God, I won't. There's no logic in it. No justice. The Witcher Domus spared, given a second chance of my husband condemned to die as a conscript. Never knew what became of him. Lord Tian can't give me even that. And when I looked at the families he made whole, at their happiness, I felt a hole in my heart, and the gaping wound that will never heal begin to bleed. Yeah, she did not ascend to be a vessel in a kami. She got lost in despair and suddenly became a monster. two innocents but recently returned to us. I cannot, will not, accept that the Academy would condone such cruelty. Yep. She is a full few sandwiches short of a box lunch. Yeko? The wrestler was indeed born of her stepdaughter. Her witnessed such horror, how her mind must have struggled to comprehend what she saw. And as the woman of faith, perhaps her only surviving family becoming one with the divine was the only reality with which she could come to terms. Believe I know now what must be done, but I pray her fervor does not drive her to oppose us. Come, let us return to the Enclave. Right. Oh, there we go. Dome Enclave. Because I've actually completed this quest line. So I've completed this quest line already. No, the only line I haven't completed on my main is the tank quest line. Right, and next quest, Home No Longer. Naught to share as of yet. I shall know you have seen no sign of the beast. Returnees, however, are all accounted for, and Lord Hien has seen them safely to the Can. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. For a blessing, there have been no reports of other villagers turning, and yet, before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I must feel warrants further investigation. Kisei. Though a villager of Asari, I suspect she may, in fact, hail from my home, Suino Sato. Knowing that they would be loath to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kujin to contact Suino Sato in my stead. While contact with the outside world is kept to a minimum, they have ever maintained relations with the Blue of Tamamizu. At mention of Kisei, however, their cordial warmth turns strangely cold. If we are to learn more, I fear we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Suino Sato and ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. That said, there's been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company. If you are willing to take the risk. Let's wait for Orinoco. Yeah, so we can't actually go direct because there is no Aetheryte in Suino Sato. Because we would actually have to go to Tamimizu first and swim underwater to Suino Sato, but we have to start from the land. Now, I don't really know how Yugiri is going to swim all the way there. Yeah, I think she's at the end of this pier. Alright. We got to our war when first we met. Sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. How many years has it been since I lost all home? I am a shinobi of Doma, aye. But even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Suino Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless, and together with the other children I often ventured beyond the borders of home. He yearned for adventure, and so one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash, imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, and in my haste I lost my way in the bamboo groves. There at first yet a young boy named Shun, a sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon, training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I love grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believe we sorely needed. I found it as a shinobi. But the people feared war and conflict would follow on my heels, should I return. I do not begrudge them in their decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again. Openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess, however, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. Which is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faceless shinobi at your employ. Okay, I think it's auto-teleporting us. Yeah, it's auto-teleported us to Suino Sato. All these years, yet naught appears to have changed since the day I left. Now, it's not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kisei's departure from Suino Sato was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders will know why she chose to leave. Ah! Right, it is saying down. Ah! Apologies, friend. My memory is not once it was what it once was. Right, so yeah, because I think all the people we need to speak to are here. Cheerful elder. Priestess of the village, banished after drawing the eye of the former Ruby Princess. What's come of her after all these days, I wonder? Anything else you can tell us? Unagi was quite close to her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. Yeah. Yugi's mother. It's good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? Yes, we were close, but that was a long time ago. Still, a computer assistant to the woman to whom we owe so much. I will share all I know. Nsei was born to a family of priests, and even at an early age, she was possessed of extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day she said she could speak with the dead. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years. Knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, and she was summoned to Shisui and the Violet Tides for a private audience. No one knows what Kisei said to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kisei revealed a terrible secret of the royal house, or perhaps some blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful, but who is to say the dead would know the truth, or not to seek to deceive? Thus could we never be certain if it was simply a fantasy or a power divine. The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that I could tell you more, but sadly I have not seen or spoken with Kisei since her banishment. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. Yeah, you could actually let the cat out of the bag. So, for the briefest of moments, you reminded me of someone quite dear to my heart. Being a shinobi, I presume you have heard tales of Yugili Mistwalker. Should you chance to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her. You've heard enough. Apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation. Though I must confess, it did my heart good to see mother and father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace as a shinobi of Doma. No, as a member of the Eastern Alliance. I hope there will come a day when Sui no Sato opens to the world, a day when Yugiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Hien could be afforded the same opportunity, but Lord Kyan and Lady Mina have long since passed, two of the many lives lost in the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair. But make no mistake, Lord Here knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep him waiting. Right, and back to the Doman Enclave. Trust your journey proved an enlightening one. So she does in fact hail from Suino Sato. And you say she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood? Genuine or no, the people believe her and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe at the Kankan. Its defense is bolstered. As for the blasphemy, I have spoken with our Confederate allies, among others, and together we'll establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma. Take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. Yeah. The devoted daughter. Yeah, we can't act it's locked because that is the level 88. So, yep, about an hour. So, back to the story. And I could have just teleported to Fort Job, but I think going to the Crystarium and Etherneting to the external point tessellation is closer. Right. Yes, okay. I did actually unlock flight here. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm never going to be able to get this accent right. You are returned. Hey, well, you and the others? No shortage of trolls, but we're well enough. Things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh, to know that he's happy. It fills my heart with joy. Trying to return to a futile request, so it is. And tell him that all is well here. Future gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. Because of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our Lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. She and the other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. It proved so popular there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Shall we say? I'll be along as soon as I can. Right. Yeah, and the good thing is we don't have to worry about aggro here either, since we are 87 and all these enemies are 71. Alright. These two are probably just started their adventures in the first. No, and this one's actually just starting this quest. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Seems rather empty in here. Do my old eyes deceive? Let's see. Most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling the events from the flood to the knight's return. Records kept by the world's peoples. Welcome to the temporary first-hand account of the centerpiece of the tome. Yours will be the one to crown them all. Hades, you bore the burden of his people. Took a rear off Morin, but we should really be on our way. Those documents from Yulemore won't collect themselves. Remind him not to overexert himself again and again until his ears fall off. If that is what it takes for him to take it to heart. Is that a warrior of darkness? Ah, yes. It's Ricky Dio! You'd only give her a stomachache. He's in here? I'm gonna go to sword. Sorry to look today. I hope it's still there. Because I think it literally does the same whichever one you do. So if you choose the bow, yeah, it's one of the three. So you get hard, but you know, yeah. If I could ever remember the names. I'm sorry, but I'll put you down. Such fun she's been having, basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. And she spare a fault for me? Of course not! I waited and waited and waited, but she wouldn't so much as acknowledge the presence of a beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is. Cold and cruel and heartless! If you truly missed you, you should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you'll call me twice with passion next time. Though for there to be a next time, you've some few struggles to overcome. I don't know, disjointed as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. That I can aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I can do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape is not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. A manner of conclusion awaits at Tale's End. Yep. There's a delay. Taking liberty on unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. Alright. Relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered. As if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then, the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling that it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. And then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one had ever seen what I had seen. So far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. What are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed at Amarok has come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first, so don't worry about us, please. Look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. Oh, hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, until united in purpose underneath a blazing sky. Alright. Alright. Hope upon a flower. No. Docile Gate. Captain had told me all. Give the word and I'll show you to the ocular.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Oh, gotta re-enable auto advance.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share. I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? The end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis. No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief. In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey? Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the Ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion, to save our star.
go again. And we have arrived. Unfortunately, we are rather faded. Yep, unable to execute certain actions due to area restrictions. Incorporeal, transcending the boundaries between existence and nihility. Sounds dutifully by the Aetherite-like device. A guide for this facility, in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees you or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As Elizabeth warned, it appears your form is intangible. The device is reminiscent of Aetherite. Perhaps it will be possible to attune with it. Attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. This is the right place, yes? Purple Lion? Judging from the woman's words, this facility is for the Purple Lion. Attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. Alright. Yeah, so we can't actually do crap because of... The remarkably young, large man wears a black robe and a half-mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Mare Elementorum and the recreated Amarot. It would seem you have made it to your destination. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. Yeah. We've actually got all of our abilities locked down. Sturdy door. You suspect the door leads outside, but how to open it?
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor? Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while. You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are. Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
It's Emmett Sulk! And Hyflodeus! And yes, our hand is glitching through our weapons. And yes, he also did
Satisfied?
notice us.
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
Oh, Emmett Sulk.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's.
Yeah,
Do you
there's some-
suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded?
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
Yep. You are now in Instance Area Elpis 1.
You may open your eyes.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings. I am Hyflodeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect. Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend? A fine name, and I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then. What brings you here?
Seek a man named Hermes.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here. Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
The world unsundered. Elpis. Oh, and there's a familiar looking dog.
This presence.
And she's not the only one that senses it. Bird girl!
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, be it an inanimate object or living being. Yes, creation magics. The original and best, except no substitutes. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for in-depth observation and study. A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you would enjoy touring with us. At the Luda Hunt. Oh, and our friend Hermes, aside from overseeing the facility, is also conducting his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub. So let us seek him out there first. As tired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Sulk wishes to keep a low profile for his errands, so... Do you know how to make a robe? The basic concept will do. Oh, in that case, Emmett Sulk. No. Your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not, getting not another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe. Perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material. Okay. I mean, maybe we might actually be able to reach level 68. Ah. Yeah, these creatures should device. Ah, okay. Alright. As for this, I'm actually going to have to not use anything too beefy until I actually get it out of the way, and then let's do Delman. Right. Good. Let's just grab some health back. There we go. Fine fellows do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion. Yeah, it's ready. Trying not to stand out. Won't someone be angry with us for using living creatures? You know what you think? They only need a tiny amount of ether. It may take some effort to get the form and composition right, but anyone familiar with the concept should be able to manage. So you are not attention from casual observers. Yeah, so to speak true, even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain for those. Let's say you're a familiar. exploiting our associate's absence. For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she would have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. So let's continue with our errand. Yeah, so we get the sophist's robe, but yeah, and the... Yeah, that. Because I think these should automatically deposit into my inventory and not my armory chest. Ah, no. They did not get placed into my armory chest. They did not get placed into my inventory. Yeah, because you only get body, legs, and feet. Yeah, sophist robe. Only problem is it's all item level 1 and level 1, so I need to return you to inventory. Let's actually start moving some of this stuff into inventory. Yeah, because... Alright, return to inventory. Imperial boots of aiming. I think we actually have better stuff. There they are. Right, let's send that to the inventory. Alright. In search of Hermes, yeah, because we don't need to actually equip them. Although it would be, yeah, First Bloom, this area is called. Okay, I'm gonna need to... Let's see. There, much better. Yes, can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. You know where we might find him. Oh no, by your master, I assume you are one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you'll find him at one of the pools here. What would you say? Many thanks and apologies for disturbing your work. I say, Hippolytus, while I've never met Hermes, you know him well, don't you? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? Aye, that I could. As you know, Emet and I can discern the colour of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes. Well, I felt it would be a yeah. We need to form an assessment. After all, by searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain an insight into Opus and the man in charge of it. This is as much work for your own enjoyment. You're gonna come, you just make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. Cowls up, and special exemption is due to the need. Yeah, because we are actually going to be seeing a lot of familiar creatures here. Yeah, that. What shall we do next, my little ones? A spot of sunbathing, perhaps? Yeah, so that. I think you actually see that in the job trailer. You know. Oh, what a curious winner. I suppose your creator sent you here to learn our ways and perhaps achieve some degree of enlightenment. So what would you ask of me? Tell me about yourself. Most of my colleagues here agrees is I'm in charge of observing the various creatures in our care and assessing their suitability for life on Etheirus. It's an enormous responsibility, of course, though the sense of achievement from bringing a new species into the wild makes it all worthwhile. Most important facilities in office, as it is here that we ascertain the various merits and shortcomings of the various flora and fauna in our care. It derives its name from the ethos at the center of our work, that being the delivery of the creation's true nature. Only by allowing them to coexist in an environment such as this do they reveal unto us the essence of their being. Yeah, but oh. Hey! Hang on. Wait, wasn't I looking for something? Wherefore art thou Etherite? Finally, I can dash. Right. Right, and attuned. There's never a dull moment with the makes them highly unique, and I dare say they will not be no less popular. Yeah, unfortunately we have to kill a lot of them, because they become massive douche canoes. Huh. Oh yeah, we actually see these in the first. Oh, I don't know about you. Right. Oh! Yes, the Bewingo. Huh. They have such funny faces.
Ah, you are...
Oh. Different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends? May we please be friends?
Ah, I see you found him.
It's Lideus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You were of the convocation.
Emmet Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chanced to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteon. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait in the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
The Nemestoma is missing.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish. The Ambistomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
I'll help too.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
The developers. Hang on. Right, so Hey, are you alright? You okay up there? These Hermes and Meteon have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as the Amistoma. Yet though it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite a predicament. Yes, sir. Hermes saw it high up the tree. I don't get it, but it jumped on him and he slipped. Everything is under control, I trust? Yes, rest assured, this is nothing new to me. I've ended up in far more compromised positions in the course of my work. Now, for your own safety, please stand back. Ugh. Are you alright? Okay. Quite alright. Yes, my apologies for making you worry, Meteon. If you and, well, an intriguing name, somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me. As for you, little one, you must be more careful. You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself. Oh, I had forgotten about its fellows! But truly, what a relief. Let's thank Emmett Selker just for days when I return to them. But first, with the distractions out of the way... As Chief Overseer of Elpis, please permit me to welcome you to our facility. I hope that you enjoy your time here. Right. Ponder, warrant, cherish, welcome. Oh, let's keep the others waiting. Let us return. Alright, so I want to see if I can actually do some extra tweaking to the UI HUD layout. Right. Hang on, can I stick... Yes, I can actually stick you down there. Scenario guide. Duty list. Main menu. Notices. Alright. Wait, new game plus guide? Why in the heck is that up there? So actually I need to move you out of the way because that is actually not really where I want that. Alright, speak with Hermes. Hang on, is there a ether current nearby? Compass? 203 to northwest. Meteon. Some creatures stay outside. Others stay at Kesis. Like this. Right. Apologies, control. Owing to your kind assistance, safe and well. I presently send them back to their space. If you would go on ahead to the main building. Upon entry, you see a table and chairs, a meeting area. You may speak there. Oh, and I'm glitched into Meteon. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause the thing, to actually change, I'd need to actually get the... I'd need to actually glam those robes. Plus, I'd need to get something for the... Yeah. There you are.
This appears to be the place.
Obviously, you were standing in here.
And here is where we part ways. We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins. What? Will I have to remove you by force?
There are reasons. Reasons I cannot mention.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
I do not object to her attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Perhaps, but I believe she can be trusted. Meteon would not have taken to her so quickly otherwise. Moreover, The presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
As you wish, then.
See a pervert.
Behave yourself. Do you hear?
So, it's finally happened then.
Aye. Van Daniel has declared his intention to step down and named you as his preferred successor. In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the Convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure. And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation. I understand that you and Van Daniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the Convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Van Daniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the Star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
Return to the Star? Does that mean die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Van Daniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no, I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
Alright. Meteon. Alright. I just wondered, did they use the child Makote? General set when they did Meteon? Right, hang on. We have, oh, bird developers press, egg developers, linear scales, okay. Alright. Ding dong, and, discuss the Aephorite. I can use it to teleport, oh, maybe not anywhere, not to the ground or other isles. For that, you need teleporters. Oh, and permission. He's far, far away. Well, not being watched. Right, search for idle creations. Oh! Right. Motionless bird. And cutscene. This creation is perfect. I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new. Can't read it, or maybe there's nothing to read. Kings. Can you hear me? I can read the emotions of those around me and project my emotions to others in return. Not actually speaking to you in your mind. Rather, you are converting my emotions into words and intention. A process performed subconsciously. Interact with intelligent beings, even should they communicate via unknown languages or other non-verbal means. As a consequence, I am clumsy at speaking. Yet, though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible. For everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with me, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. It's a secret! Okay, one thing I need to do is items, yeah. Let's just do that for a sec and use. So what I'm gonna do is once I get a hand on a bell, I'm actually going to. Right. Alright. I see the fresh air has done Metean good. Finish speaking with our guests. Consider the invitation. You have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. I have to wonder. Considering item level, Only problem is I can't change. Oh, we're only +1. Let's do comparisons. Dexterity 123 against 129. We're not gaining much. Probably about 3 to 4 points across the board, but we lose crit hit for determination. No, we lose determination for crit hit. So I think we'd actually lose a fair chunk of damage potential. Yeah, determination affects the amount of damage dealt by both physical and magical attacks, as well as the amount of HP restored by healing spells. So we would lose a good chunk of damage potential. Alright. Right, well it is 7:15. We haven't actually reached level 88. Well, because the good thing is we're actually at level 88. Which means we are well ahead of the curve. Because we are at level 86. So long as we get to level 88, 89... If we get to level 89 by the time we reach Charlian... This here is a new species of Petunia we recently set loose. It has been doing well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we should release it unto the world. It's the presence of a soul, yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in the beings whose form adhere to the laws of creation. That can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. Let's head to the nearby beacon. I received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Interesting. You're interested too. Tell me. Oh, she's conversing with Fifleteus. Ah, yes, lighting. As the report said. Oh, yeah, though. The magical device manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps this isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, one sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, the element is lightning, which draws the Fuma here to replenish their ether. It appears the Meteor is busy. Desmina said and feeded the Fuma. Lightning converger, you can hardly. Alright. Ground targeting mode. Can I just drop it there? Target missed. Nanny? Hang on. Oh, let me guess. Do I have to drop it here? And... is Meteor an arcane entity? Ultimately, fall to the view of the architect to pass judgment. Owes to exceptional vision such as Ifladeus may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. Plenty of work for them to observe. Yes, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the next dungeon in time for, well, in the next 20 or so minutes, or the next 10 or so minutes. At least try to... Oh! But where it seizes, he's went flying once.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Hello, flowers. What do we have here?
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an enteleki. Like me.
Yeah, the only
So,
reason why our ether is so thin
Are
because
we the same? Intelekis.
the only reason why our ether is so thin is because well, we could be brought together whole when we got here. Oh, I've been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination.
That sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
A deficit of ether alone does not an enteleki make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You'd do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear, I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
There we go. Oh, and it wasn't enough, the next level. Oh. Hang on. 8542777. We still need at least 1,000,000 experience. So we are definitely not going to be reaching... specialize in. Again with not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. It's my satisfaction. So the creature, I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Main Isle and head north. Right, we have now actually gone past half past 7, but I am actually going to get to the next. Yeah, because we actually have 2 areas. I'm not sure how far away we are from getting to the next segment. Hang on, let's... I don't think my retainer is completed. Oh, that's right. I could just do control U. Yeah, Ventures 1 of 1 complete. Okay, actually, you know what? I think we should be able to find a chair around here. Oh, that door's locked. You? Yeah, okay, in that case we'll go into the main building. We should be able to find a seat in there. Huzzah! Yeah, so that is where I'm actually going to leave it today. We haven't gone for a full 3 hours, but yeah, well, I wasn't exactly going to push too far this time, since we're still probably a few quests away from moving to the next area, and we haven't really gotten that, and we didn't actually gain the experience to get the next role quest unlocked. So we are going to end it here, and I will be coming back to this on Tuesday at 5 o'clock or earlier, depending on how things go. Right. We are good with that. Yeah. Oh, Alexa, activate evening mode. Okay. Lovely. So, yeah, I will catch you then. Well, we will be continuing with this and hopefully unlocking the next dungeon.